questions in English first, followed by questions in Spanish. We'll start in the front row. Ryan, if you have a question, raise your hand and we'll bring the mic over. Tony?
Thank you for your time, Mikey. Could you go ahead and just detail through this match, just the game flow and just what ended up being, how Vancouver ended up being able to come over on top tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I think details are for later, but it clearly wasn't our best night. They had a very good night. We got out. They won the game, so it was proud though that the guys didn't give up. Came out and down 0-3. You get to decide who you are in that moment. These guys came out and kept fighting, got the 1-3, with the red card, make it 2-3. And I think that we all believed that we were going to make it 3-3 until the final whistle.
And then could you just detail us through some of that halftime words for your team as well as post-game, and then what it meant for you and the squad to be serenaded by the fans here at the end?
Yeah, I mean the fans were the best tonight. They showed up and they were great. They pushed us along even in a hard moment. Halftime was a similar statement. It was like, listen, this is what life's asking of us. Down 0-3, who are we? We decide who we are. It's easy to be who you want to be when things are good, but a true measure is when life kicks you in the teeth. What do you do?
Scott?
I'm with you. What was your message to the team when you were in there afterwards?
The message was we gotta take this head on and know that it wasn't our best night and that they had a good night, and that starts with me. First and foremost, I'm always the first. Proud that the group kept fighting and tried everything possible to show that relentless mentality and belief that we could get the 3-3. We really believed it all the way till the end. That I know that this hurts, but nobody can take away the season that these guys did. Nobody can ever take that away from them. And I think they made a city dream. They made the whole region dream. We were one step away from MLS Cup. And 12 months ago, we were all introducing ourselves. And then ultimately, this hurts really bad right now, and it's not time for details. It really isn't. It's not time for details, but what we can all agree on is that each and every one of us is going to carry this a little bit with us. We're going to carry it with us and use it as motivation to come back even stronger next season.
When Vancouver came out, how did they make it difficult for you? What were the things that you found most difficult with this Vancouver team and their approach?
I think, they were just sharp on the night. They didn't miss almost any passes, and they were very, very intense, and they beat us to a lot of plays, and we looked a little bit slower than usual, and that's not on the players, that's on me, because it's my job to get them ready to play.
Go ahead, Margaret.
Mikey, as a whole, what will you remember about this season, this team? I guess what do you hope people remember about this team and what they accomplished?
I hope that everybody remembers that we win for it. We win for it with a clear identity, trying to be a reflection of the community, trying to make San Diego proud. That we fought to the last second in every match we were ever in, and that we always took accountability and never shied away from when we weren't good enough. And then I hope they also remember that we all just met each other 12 months ago, and that I think we've put a tremendous foundation together to build something sustainable into the future.
Mike, you had one of the youngest rosters in the league, most minutes in U20. You started 3 rookies in your back line, particularly an outside back, great experienced players. Do you think they were maybe exposed a little bit in this moment, in this high level team you play tonight?
No, because we play lots of high-level teams, including Vancouver twice. We play Vancouver at home with the youngest backline in the MLS history, and it's always a team thing when it doesn't go your way. Same way as when it does go your way, and that includes me as their leader.
Any other questions in English right here in the front row?
Hey Coach, despite the disappointing end of the season, how do you think this season overall will set the standard going forward for seasons to come?
I think the standard is that we have a clear identity. We want to be a reflection of the community. We're brave to play. We go after every single game. We're relentless to press, and we have a fighting spirit about us. I think that should be the standard. That should be held every single day for the rest of the history of this club. And then from a results perspective, I think you just try to do your best every single day within that identity, and then you see what happens. I don't think that expectations should be added to the backpack. It's more important to focus on what are the things we did really well this year, and how do we get better at that. And can we repeat those things? Because when we do that, you always give yourself a better chance.
Chase?
Mikey, I know it's hard to look back over the whole season, especially when you're fresh off the 90 minutes. But what has this season meant to you to be able to coach these guys and be part of this staff and this football club?
Yeah, I told them and all the staff, honor of a lifetime. Best adventure I've ever been on. And just really thankful for them.
Any other English questions before we switch to Spanish? We'll go to Spanish, or we'll start.
Mikey, Giancarlo Vanessa, estilo deportivo. Una temporada larga, sabemos que al principio en inglés estabas contando un poco ese recap, ¿nos puedes decir en español también ese balance de temporada durante estos casi 11 meses? Y otra pregunta específica con Chucky Lozano, sabemos que dice también al principio de la rueda de prensa que no quiere entrar en detalles, pero el no estar en la titular es desde lo técnico, lo estratégico, o tenía de pronto en mente para el segundo tiempo, específicamente lo de Chucky. Gracias.
Yo siempre armo el equipo para ganar y siempre hago los cambios para ganar. Entonces la decisión fue con eso como primordial. Y bueno, en el partido creo que Vancouver jugó un muy buen partido, jugó casi un partido perfecto para ellos, y nosotros no tuvimos nuestra mejor noche, y estas cosas pasan. Yo todavía muy orgulloso del grupo porque pelearon hasta lo último, hacen el 1-3, casi hacen el 2-3, y nosotros cada persona creyendo que íbamos a hacer el 3-3, aunque íbamos con uno menos en cancha. Pero yo creo que esa mentalidad que mostraron, hay mucho mérito en eso. Y bueno, nadie nos puede quitar lo que han hecho. Esto duele en este momento, pero lo que han hecho estos chicos este año, nadie nos lo puede quitar. Y han tenido una temporada muy buena. Hicieron soñar a una ciudad, a una región. Estuvimos a un paso de un final. Y hace 12 meses nos estamos conociendo por primera vez. Y como esto duele, pero no es el momento para entrar en detalle porque tenemos muchas emociones en este momento, pero lo que sí podemos estar todos de acuerdo es que tenemos que llevar un poquito este dolor con nosotros y volver más fuerte el año que viene.
Mike, aquí para Telemundo, ¿qué mensaje se le dio al final a tu equipo detrás de la derrota, y qué mensaje también le darías a la afición, como tú dijiste, es una comunidad que se fundó pues, prácticamente hace 12 meses?
Exactamente lo que acabo de decir fue el mensaje en el vestuario, que no fue nuestra mejor noche. Vancouver sí tuvo uno de sus mejores, orgulloso que los chicos no pararon de pelear y creyeron que podían haber hecho el 3-3, inclusivamente con 10 en campo. Que esto duele, pero nadie nos puede quitar lo que han hecho. Hicieron soñar a la región y tenemos que volver ahora el año que viene más fuerte con este dolor. Y perdón, ¿cuál fue la segunda?
Y para la afición, ¿qué mensaje?
Sí, la afición mostraron su nivel otra vez. Ellos sí llegaron, tuvieron una muy buena noche, eléctrico en el estadio, como siempre. Nosotros apreciamos a ellos y nosotros muy agradecidos de estar en esta ciudad, esta región, con esta gente, porque forman parte de nuestra familia y siempre llegan a ganar el partido.
Buenas noches, Giovanni Guerrero para Síntesis Deportes. Miki, lo que es el proyecto SanDiego.FC, lo mencionas en repetidas ocasiones, apenas 11, 12 meses de formar este grupo y alcanzar o quedarse a un paso de la gran final de la MLS. ¿Qué tanta proyección puede tener, sobre todo contando también la situación de una academia que cuenta con chicos muy importantes y al final pues tratar de conseguir lo que todos esperan, que a lo mejor son campeones?
En el corto plazo yo nunca voy a garantizar resultados porque la vida te muestra que no hay nada garantizado y juegas contra buenos equipos. Pero lo que sí puedo garantizar en el corto plazo es que estamos creando una cultura, un estilo de juego, una mentalidad que te da las mejores posibilidades de ganar partidos y que es una reflexión de la ciudad y de toda la región. Y lo que sí te puedo garantizar, y firmo ahora, que este club va a ser un gigante, como he dicho antes, con esta afición, con la visión que tiene el liderazgo y los dueños y los recursos que están mostrando para la academia. En el largo plazo este club va a ser uno de los grandes de todas las Américas y creo que también va a poder competir fuera de las Américas.
Buenas noches, profe. Con todo respeto para sus decisiones como siempre, pero por cómo cerró la temporada de Chucky, ¿hay alguna duda de que no permanezca en el club para el próximo año o está 100% seguro de que va a permanecer?
No, en este momento nosotros estamos pensando en el dolor del partido. Como yo he dicho, no hay detalles acá por ahora y creo que es un poquito una falta de respeto hablar de quién va a estar, quién no, cuando acabamos de hacer una temporada increíble y hemos perdido un partido, porque esto duele. Nosotros sentimos esto para la afición, para la gente, pero yo creo lo más importante es que Hirving ha dado todo, él entró con mucho esfuerzo y mostró que quería ganar el partido y hizo un gol que creo que es importante.
Any other questions in Spanish? We have one last one. We have time for one more.
Mike, I just wonder if you could answer that in English about whether you think about Chucky and whether you think he'll be part of the team at the beginning of the next season, and would you blame him for maybe pursuing another opportunity ahead of the World Cup to enhance his chances to make World Cup roster with more first team minutes?
No, I won't answer that question because we just lost the final. And I think it's a lack of respect for the fact that we just lost a big game and that these guys did an amazing season. What I will say is that Hirving is fully committed to the project, and you can see that he came in with a lot of energy and a lot of will to win the game and to try to help the team make a comeback and scoring a goal, getting us one step closer.
Thanks for your time, Mikey.
Thank you.
Chucky Lozano will answer in Spanish.
Translate.
We'll translate all the English questions. Go ahead.
Hirving, could you just take me through tonight's match as you come in as a substitute and you were able to get an important goal at that moment? Was there really a belief that this was a chance to perhaps start?
Pues sí, el chiste era ese, ¿no? El chiste del cambio era tratar de hacer algo diferente para el equipo. Era un momento difícil porque íbamos 3-0. Pero bueno, ahí tratamos de hacerlo lo mejor posible. Cayó temprano el gol y bueno, eso dio un plus para el equipo, pero bueno, es fútbol, ¿no? Ellos juegan muy bien, tienen un gran equipo y bueno, nos enfrentamos a un equipo importante y bueno, así es, ¿no? Así es el fútbol.
Chucky, you came off the bench tonight, as you have in all the playoff games. How frustrating is it for you in a game of this import to come off the bench when you started at some of the biggest clubs in the world and played in the World Cups, and you can't start in MLS?
No. Yo creo que son decisiones del entrenador, son decisiones que él toma y bueno, hay que respetarlas y bueno, siempre uno quiere jugar, quiere estar ahí desde el inicio, pero bueno, me tocó entrar en algunos partidos con pocos o muchos minutos, pero bueno, siempre intentando ayudar al equipo y intentando siempre jugar en equipo con todos mis compañeros.
Any other English questions? Tom, right now?
What did you think of the team's performance tonight, the whole team in San Diego?
Yo creo que los primeros minutos nos costó un poco. Ellos entendieron el juego de nosotros y bueno, nos afectaron un poco los primeros minutos, pero bueno, después de los 10-15 minutos del primer tiempo, San Diego empezó a jugar mucho mejor. Después de eso se vio otro equipo y bueno, en el segundo tiempo siempre intentamos anotar los más goles posibles, pero bueno, solo pudimos anotar uno, pero bueno, yo creo que mis compañeros lo hicieron muy bien y bueno, así es, ¿no? Es fútbol y bueno, a veces ganas y a veces pierdes.
Chucky, it feels like every single time you warm up on the field, you have like a million people shouting your name. I don't think I've ever seen you once not wave to them or say hi. What has it felt like to play for them and play for them this season and, you know, make that connection to this really new crowd of San Diego football fans?
Yo desde un principio lo dije, ¿no? Este equipo tenía cosas importantes, tenía cosas muy buenas y la verdad para mí que me griten, que me den una sonrisa o un saludo, siempre quiero ser de la mejor manera correspondidos y bueno, la verdad que siempre trato de darles cariño como ellos me lo dan y para mí es muy importante la afición, ¿no? Creo que todo el torneo nos apoyaron de la mejor manera, en especial para mí, siempre la verdad que coreando mi nombre, aunque salía a calentar, me gritaban y bueno, ahora en la noche, gracias a Dios tuve la oportunidad de anotar y que me grite todo el estadio es algo sumamente especial y eso se los agradezco enormemente, siempre lo he dicho, les agradezco a todos los fans que me apoyan, a todos los fans que me siguen y bueno, que se den esa oportunidad de gritar o de venir a ver al estadio, creo que es algo increíble.
This team accomplished quite a bit this season. It ends in disappointment. In which ways does the disappointment color what happened during the season? How do you look back at the season with this as the ending?
Pues fue una temporada muy buena. Yo creo que tanto a mis compañeros, al staff, a los directivos, creo que fue una temporada muy buena. Claro que sí, que siempre quieres ganar y ser campeón, pero bueno, en esta ocasión no se dio. Yo creo que todos se tendrían que ir muy contentos de la temporada que hicieron y bueno, solamente pues hoy en esta noche creo que pues fue algo desafortunado, pero bueno, así es el fútbol, así es este deporte y bueno, yo creo que es normal, ¿no? A veces ganas, a veces pierdes, pero bueno, hay que levantar la cara porque todos mis compañeros hicieron un gran trabajo.
Primero que nada, para mencionar el tema de tu compatriota Pablo Cisniega, que el juego pasado tuvo un partidazo y ahora, pues por mala fortuna, el primero fue pues un autogol y luego la expulsión. ¿Qué mensaje le puedes dar pues sí, o a Pablo, qué mensaje se le dio tras pues, una desafortunada?
No, es normal. Yo creo que no fue error de él, se la jugó porque se la tenía que jugar. Y bueno, así es el fútbol, ¿no? A veces tienes que tomar esas decisiones de momento y bueno, desafortunadamente tuvo esa expulsión, pero yo creo que se tiene que ir muy contento. Lo poco y mucho que ha jugado lo ha hecho muy bien y la verdad que me ha sorprendido mucho y bueno, ojalá que el otro torneo tenga igual un torneo muy bueno.
Vamos aquí con Johanne, first row.
Yanja, Destino Deportivo, estaba entre el público, la hinchada, la barra 18 específicamente, y vi lágrimas. Era extraño hace unos meses pensar, ¿no?, que algunos de estos hinchas pudieran llorar, y vi niños y adultos llorando y muchos de la barra. ¿Cuál es el mensaje para ellos específicamente que apoyaron de principio a fin? ¿Y qué sigue para Chucky Lozano con SanDiego.FC?
No, yo creo que tienen que estar felices del apoyo que nos dieron, se los agradecemos infinitamente. Yo creo que es normal, ¿no? Es normal, es su equipo. La verdad que decirles que una disculpa, pero yo creo que se tienen que ir muy contentos todos, ¿no? Yo creo que tanto el club como los fans fue un torneo fantástico en conjunto. Y bueno, agradecerles el cariño, el apoyo y el que vengan a darse el tiempo de venir a ver los partidos. Y bueno, gracias nada más. Y para mí, yo creo que, pues gracias a Dios terminé de salud, muy bien de salud. Entonces, yo creo que regresar de la mejor manera, regresar físicamente bien. Y bueno, ojalá que el otro torneo sea un torneo muy bueno también.
¿Yo?
Giovanni Guerrero para Síntesis Deportes. Chucky, se habla muchísimo que este equipo estaba rompiendo récords, que este equipo estaba consiguiendo marcas, se quedaron a un paso nada más de alcanzar la gran final de la MLS, pero si analizamos que solamente tienen juntos trabajando 11, 12 meses, pues suena todavía más increíble. La proyección que tiene el club, en tu opinión, sobre todo tomando en cuenta, por ejemplo, la academia, tomando en cuenta la estructura, los dueños, ¿qué nos puedes contar obviamente en esa proyección?
No, como yo lo he contado, yo creo que va a ser un proyecto sumamente importante a nivel mundial. Claro que es paso a paso, ¿no? Yo creo que lo están haciendo muy bien. En ese momento tienen apenas una academia, pero bueno, yo creo que van a tener muchas más y creo que va a ser muy importante. Va a ser muy importante para Estados Unidos, para México y bueno, ojalá que sea muy importante a nivel mundial. Es una proyección muy buena para los jóvenes y una gran oportunidad. Yo creo que tienen unas instalaciones de primer mundo y bueno, yo creo que sería muy bonito que vinieran muchos niños a tratar de lograr ese sueño que han tenido.
¿Alguna otra? ¿La última?
Hola Chucky, buenas noches. Preguntarte dos cosas. Primero, ¿qué tanto te ayudó este año para volver a la selección? Obviamente muchísimo, pero desde tu punto de vista. Y la segunda es, ¿cuál es el aprendizaje que te llevas de esta temporada por cómo empiezas y por cómo termina tu participación?
No, yo creo que gracias a Dios tuve la oportunidad de regresar a la selección, que para mí es algo sumamente importante. Me encanta, me apasiona. Y bueno, me dieron la oportunidad de regresar a la selección y eso fue fantástico. Y bueno, yo creo que una temporada medio extraña, pero bueno, en lo personal y la verdad muy contento de lo que se hizo y muy contento de mis compañeros y de todo el club.
Daniel, adelante.
Gracias. Hola Chucky, ahora darle la vuelta a la página, tratar una campaña nueva, pero viene año mundialista. Si nos puedes platicar un poco sobre cuánto te motiva y de qué forma, ¿no?, la posibilidad de participar en una Copa del Mundo en tu país.
No, yo creo que es algo sumamente increíble, ¿no?, que sea un mundial en tu país, que estés con tu gente y bueno, un mundial, yo creo que a todos los jugadores les emociona un mundial, ¿no? Y bueno, gracias a Dios Javier y todo su cuerpo técnico me han dado la oportunidad de regresar y pelear un puesto y bueno, eso se los agradezco muchísimo. Claro que tengo que trabajar mucho, creo que tengo que mejorar muchas cosas, pero bueno, ojalá que el siguiente año pueda regresar de la mejor manera y tener la oportunidad de poder ir a ese mundial.
Gracias por tu tiempo, Irving. Let's start here in the front row with Tony. Go ahead, Tony.
Thank you for your time, Jeppe. Could you just go ahead and detail me through this game? In the first half, Vancouver seemed to have good anticipation, especially on that first goal for them, and then what it meant to be able to try to fight through, playing better in that second half.
Yeah, it was obviously a tough first half for us. Yeah, I feel like they were clever in the press and they try to sneak on us a little bit and not go too early and wait for the perfect pass, and yeah, it became too hectic and made it a very difficult start for us going behind 1 and then 2-0 after 10-15 minutes. You know, we had to climb the mountain also because they are so good as they are. So yeah, it was kind of it was a tough start for us. It's easy to say, but yeah, we kept on going.
And then having the season end the way as it did tonight, what are your overall thoughts of not only tonight's match, but just MLS and your experience in general, and what it felt like to be serenaded by the fans here at the end?
Yeah, that means a lot. Obviously, I think they could see also that we were very disappointed. We haven't had a game like this almost throughout the whole season, especially coming so bad from the start as we did today. So, yeah, I think they could feel us. We felt them, their support after the game, so that means a lot. But of course, it's tough right now for us.
Yeah, man, it's hard to remove yourself from the past 90 minutes and going through a playoff match. But what has it meant to you this whole season, being able to not play for this club, but also to captain the squad as well?
Yeah, I think that's why it hurt so much as it does. It's been a fairy tale season for all of us, both all of us in the club, but also everybody around the club and supporters, staff, everything. Everything has been kind of magical, and you kind of could see the end and dream. So it means we've been doing a lot of things right, but it's also 11 months, and then you're one step away from the goal. So it's tough. I think we can be proud in a lot of things we've done, and I think we've built something also for the coming seasons. But that's maybe to reflect on next week, and it's a little bit difficult today.
Yeah, how did the way Vancouver approached? They played a really high press on you guys. So maybe one of the stronger ones we've seen you guys go against all season. How did that impact things early on?
Yeah, I would say what they did very clever was also on the ball. Some of the other games they have been very good at hitting players in behind, especially the wingers. Today they hit them more wide on the pitch, made a man against our fullback. Surprised us a little bit, and they were very good at going one against one, the two wingers. And Kuba's in the middle, extremely very impressive with his pressure and just his general movement. So they did very well, especially the two wingers and Kuba. So they played the game well, and when you get in front 2-0 after 10-15 minutes, it's also something that motivates and make you play with more confidence and everything. So it's for us to kind of get the tempo a little bit down and then regroup and go for it again. But I think also the timing of the 3-0 goal also was tough for us, going with heads down into the locker room in that break. So tough moments throughout the whole first half.
You guys played on Monday. They played on Saturday. Did that play anything in this?
No, I think it's enough days to recover, and a game like this, you always have that tension and energy, even though you played 1 day or 2 days before. So I don't think so.
Karthik?
Jeppe, as a captain of this team, what did you say to your teammates after this match was over?
Yeah, I think the disappointment kind of shines through everybody when you get in the locker room. For me, it's not the time to shout and kill people and do all this stuff you did wrong for a game. I think everybody involved knew what they could do better pretty quickly, but it's more about managing the disappointment on what's been a good season, but now it feels like everything has been lost before the last step. So I think for me and in general the team, it's about keeping the head high, accepted that we lost against a good opponent also today, and we built something for the future and for next season also. So disappointed today, but probably proud within the next week.
Alejandro?
Jeppe, we've seen this team in the past stick to the same play style despite being behind on the score. It seemed that tonight the team had to pivot to changing the play style, especially towards the end of the game. Did that make it a little difficult for you all, having to adapt to change the style completely tonight?
Yeah, it's well spotted. It was a game where you end up throwing some balls in the air, doing something that may be a little bit uncomfortable for us, that we haven't needed to be dependent on early on the season, and sometimes it creates something, sometimes it makes it difficult. but you gotta give it a shot, especially when we're down one man. You kind of need to do something different. So yeah, you erupt some things and you're maybe not comfortable in it, but if you get something out of it, it can be worth it. And I think even though we got a man down, I don't think we gave up. We tried. We tried what we could, but of course it's difficult.
Tom?
Their coach said in July, after you guys tore him up 5-3, that his tactic of high pressure was something you guys destroyed. And I'm wondering if you went into this thinking, well, they're not going to fool around with that again, and maybe they surprise you a little.
Yeah, I feel like we had a game here, Snapdragon, a month or two after, where they did pretty well under pressure, and it was a more even game. Yeah, sometimes in football it's the split seconds and the decision that makes a play. The way we play would build up and building up from the keeper, which can be risky, is also what we came from a lot. So we don't mind people going high on us, and pressure is good, but they caught us a few times, and as I said before, when you get behind 2-0 after 10 minutes, yeah, you don't get shaky, but it's in the back of your head that they are feeding of what you're doing. So yeah, you need to be careful.
Derek?
Yeah, you spent a decade playing in Denmark and then came over here to America. Can you kind of put into words what you learned being at this level of soccer and just playing here, and then the crowds, the atmosphere, just kind of your whole experience here for your first year in MLS?
It's been amazing. For me, it's been all I've always dreamed of. Trying something else beside Denmark, and yeah, I feel like everything we've gone through, both me and as a team, has been quite incredible. Of course, the fans and the crowd is what comes to mind mostly for me. We are so blessed here with our supporter group and the whole stadium, and actually the whole city. So that's a big one. I think the level here is also, yeah, it's very high and very a lot of talented players. You can also see that on the pitch today. It's, if you're a second late, you get punished. So yeah, in general, the experience is, I feel it's very good, and I feel like for everybody around watching on the stadiums and outside on television, it's a amazing product. So yeah, I've been loving it, and I'm looking forward to the next seasons.
I know it's a lot of hard emotions right now, but the success you guys did have this season, getting this far with the team in its first year, a team so young, how much confidence do you feel going forward this team to have even more success?
Yeah, that's one of the things I probably will think more about next week. But yeah, I felt like that's what we've been saying the whole season. We are building something. You never know if you'll go all the way through, but I think everybody knows how SanDiego.FC plays, how we try to do things, what our identity are, and like building something that's very recognizable for people to see and say, hey, we know that team based on how they play and how they act on the pitch. That's something for the future. And we go into a season next season with even more competitions now. So yeah, it's just gonna be fun to see what happens next year also, and with squad and everything. So yeah, it's as you said before, it's tough right now, but we're in a good place for the coming seasons.
Question for you as captain. Hirving obviously is your highest paid player. He's the face of the franchise in many respects, and yet he didn't start one playoff game. There was an incident, obviously, that carried on through the playoffs without him starting. How do you think your locker room was able to overcome that? Because that can be a very disruptive thing and a key point in the season. And do you feel like you guys were able to move through that well? Something like I said could be a huge disruption.
Yeah, I actually think we handled it very good, both internally as a team, but also as a club. I felt like the right decisions was made, and I think we made the club and and the culture and everybody involved looked better after the 1 or 2 games he was out, and I feel like Chucky has also been understandable, and we talked to Chucky about it, and I feel for the whole team and for the whole club the process has been good because we managed to get result also after all the attention and all the talk that was in the media up to the games. So yeah, it kind of answered some question for people, and then we get him back in the spot and make him contribute like he did today with a goal. So we know he's a great player, and we love having him on our team. So it was for the best.
Any other questions for Jeppe? Thank you for your time today.
Thank you.